Yeah, they discovered in Hallandale Beach where a body was found this morning. Investigators suspect foul play.
This is the home where that man was found, but there are still a lot of questions left to be answered here. Namely, why did this happen, and where was this man?
Juvenile detention center, long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit, we linked from right there, shit. I signed for 30,000. The whole time I signed for $30,000.
What's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel where the real stories don't get watered down, and the truth always hits different. Today, we're breaking down some serious allegations pulled straight from recent court paperwork. And this one flips the whole idea of loyalty upside down. In the rap world, new claims are circulating that suggest Kodak Black was tied to a $20,000 payment connected to an alleged plot involving his own artist, Wiz, and alleged street affiliates. This isn't being framed as fact, but the accusation alone are heavy enough to shake the culture. This situation goes way beyond online talk and comment section gossip. According to what's being claimed, these details come from official legal filings, not just rumors floating around the block. Before we dig deeper, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this breakdown is about to expose one of the wildest alleged betrayals hip-hop has seen in a minute. And yeah, things get intense fast. Viewer discretion is advised. Now let's talk about Wiz, also known as Wisdom Williams. He wasn't just another name on a roster or a random face around the city. Wiz and Kodak reportedly had history going way back, knowing each other for years and moving to the same circles early on. The bond was described as tight, built during their younger days when both were dealing with early trouble and trying to find their footing. Wiz came up in the same Broward County environment as Kodak around areas like Delray Beach and the Golden Acres housing community. But while Kodak found a fast lane to fame, Wiz was still grinding deep in the streets, trying to survive and make his own name stick. By his late teens, Wiz was already getting a wild reputation in the streets, with allegations floating around that he was connected to a large crew moving reckless across Broward County. We're talking bold moves, daytime situations, zero fear, the kind of energy that makes neighborhoods nervous. The audacity alone had people shaking their heads because it felt like nothing was off limits back then. But the streets don't play fair, and tragedy hit Wiz hard in early 2016. His older brother, Waj Jib, was reportedly taken out during a violent situation in Hallandale Beach. And that loss changed everything. Losing someone that close didn't just hurt. It cracked something deep inside him and pulled him further into a dark mindset. That pain stayed with him and shaped a lot of the choices he made moving forward. When Kodak's career started taking off, he reportedly reached back to someone he knew from way back and brought Wiz closer to the music side of things. Between 2018 and 2019, Wiz was officially signed to Sniper Gang. And on the surface, it looked like a full circle moment. Two childhood connections rising together. But Wiz later claimed the situation wasn't sweet at all. He said the deal was rushed, confusing, and only worth around $30,000, something he didn't even fully realize at the time. I signed for $30,000 whole time. I signed for $30,000. I ain't even know it. For an artist tied to a major name, that number raised eyebrows fast. And once Wiz started pulling real numbers and building momentum, he allegedly began to notice the math wasn't matting and the loyalty felt one-sided. That contract had Wiz locked into some rough terms. And once he tried to address it directly, things reportedly went left fast. According to Wiz, every attempt to clean it up behind the scenes hit a wall, and the situation turned tense almost immediately. What should have been a business talk turned into a full-blown fallout. Wiz eventually went public with his side of the story. He claimed he had $100,000 in cash ready to buy himself out of the deal, but said Kodak had blocked his calls and messages completely. That's when the drama spilled onto social media. Kodak fired back online, calling Wiz police and accusing him of chasing attention instead of handling things the right way. Wiz pushed back hard, saying there was no betrayal, just business issues that needed to be fixed like grown men. Now, this is where things take a jaw-dropping turn, and it all comes from newly surfaced court paperwork. Another discovery in Hallandale Beach, where a body was found this morning. Investigators suspect foul play. This is the home where that man was found. But there are still a lot of questions left to be answered here. Namely, why did this happen? And where was this man killed? In August 2024, a man named Sigmund Brown, also known as Liberia Sig, was indicted on multiple serious charges, including a case connected to Wisdom Williams buried deep inside a fence. Motion requesting bond. There's one line that shook everything up. According to that document, it alleges that on August 3rd, 2021, Liberia Sig communicated through Telegram with Denzel Sannon. And the message claims that Kodak Black offered the Grand Mafia $20,000 tied to the death of Wisdom Williams. Read that. Slow. These are allegations listed in court documents, not street talk or internet rumors. The paperwork is alleging a $20,000 hit connected to his own signed artist, and that claim alone sent shockwaves through the culture. This isn't some messy blog post or late-night street chatter. These claims are pulled straight from official legal paperwork filed in Broward County Court. And that's what makes the situation so serious. Now, Sig's attorney tried to brush it off, arguing that even if a message exists, it doesn't prove his client ever received money tied to the situation. But here's the real issue. Under the law, offering something like that alone can still fall under conspiracy, even if no payment ever changed hands. And that's not light work at all. If authorities decided to dig deeper and look into Kodak's involvement, even an alleged offer could carry massive consequences. We're talking charges that could follow someone for decades if proven true. That's why this whole situation has people stunned and asking the same question. What could possibly push someone to allegedly turn on their own longtime friend like that? The rumored motive looks like a mix of business drama and street pressure. Wiz had been getting louder about his contract issues and was clearly trying to break free from Sniper Gang for someone like Kodak, who's built his image around loyalty and keeping things tight in-house. That public tension may have felt like a slap in the face. Airing private problems out in public can be seen as crossing a serious line in that world. But there's more layers to this story. Wiz was reportedly still active in street life even after being signed, and that brought extra attention. In one separate legal situation, a key witness named Denzel Williams, who was expected to testify against Wiz in an attempted case, was killed before trial. Wiz ended up beating that case, but the spotlight only got brighter afterward. Some people believe Kodak may have started seeing Wiz as a liability, someone whose alleged street ties could bring unwanted heat to the brand. When millions are on the line, any connection to violence or open cases can turn into a major risk real fast. But here's where the story takes an even wilder turn. People online started pointing out that Kodak seemed to reference the situation in his own music and not in some hidden reach for the star's way. Fans believe the lyrics line up a little too close with real-life events, and that's why the debate got so heated. This is all interpretation. But once you hear the lines, it's hard not to pause. On the track I Wish, Kodak openly raps, "I fell out with Wiz. You did what you did, so I did what I did." That bar instantly raised eyebrows. To a lot of listeners, it sounded like Kodak was saying lines were crossed and retaliation followed, especially when you connected with everything else around in the situation. People didn't hear that as fiction. They heard it as personal. Then things got even more intense on Silent Hill with Kendrick Lamar. Kodak says, "I'm the type to get my shooter whacked." Sit with that for a second. That line alone sparked nonstop discussion because it sounds like someone explaining how they tie up loose ends after violence. Fans immediately linked it to rumors surrounding CJ, the alleged shooter in Wiz's case. And that comparison spread fast across social media. And it didn't stop there. On the Back for Everything album, Kodak went a step further by referencing Double M Gang, making it clear he wasn't talking about Rick Ross, but something connected to Wiz. In that verse, he raps lines that place blame on Wiz for his own fate, saying he moved recklessly and paid the price. No slurs repeated here, but the message was loud and clear. To many people in the streets and online, that kind of talk about a childhood friend who lost his life felt ice cold. Whether it's art or real emotion, those lyrics added gasoline to an already raging fire, especially with court allegations now floating around. Here's how the situation is allegedly said to have unfolded. And none of this is confirmed fact. According to claims circulated around the case, was believed he was cool with someone named CJ, someone he trusted and moved around with. But the allegation is that CJ had already been paid to line him up from the inside. That betrayal is what makes this part of the story hit extra hard. On September 17th, 2021, court-related allegations state that CJ allegedly shot Wiz from behind and left his body in the front yard of a house in Hallandale Beach. That location wasn't random at all. It was the same area where Wiz grew up and where his brother had been killed years earlier. To many people watching from the outside, that felt symbolic, like a message being sent loud and clear, but the claims don't stop there. According to street talk that later surfaced, CJ didn't live long after that incident. In March 2023, CJ was reportedly found dead inside a burned vehicle. The car was fully destroyed, and the scene shocked everyone who heard about it. None of this had been legally tied to any one person, but the timing raised serious questions. After CJ's death, Wiz's cousin, known online as Wham Spin the Bin, posted a message saying, "Play with Wiz and got set on fire. Couple more of, y'all gonna get the same treatment." That post spread fast and added even more heat to an already tense situation. People immediately connected this to Kodak's earlier lyric about being the type to get my shooter whacked. The theory pushed online is that Wiz was allegedly taken out first, and then the alleged shooter was silenced to close loose ends. That narrative alone has fueled nonstop debate and speculation, and the violence around this circle reportedly didn't stop there. In August 2024, another person connected to the original group, also associated with Wham Spin the Bin, was shot and killed in Hallandale Beach, keeping the entire situation under a dark cloud of unanswered questions. Wham was Wiz's cousin, and he'd been loud about wanting revenge after Wiz was killed. His death sent a clear signal that this whole situation never cooled off, and that people were still losing their lives over fallout. Nothing about this feels like ancient history. It all feels active and unresolved. If you go back and watch that original Righteous, Reaper's music video with Kodak, Wiz, Wham, and Psycob, it hits different now. What once looked like a squad moment now feels eerie. Psycob is sitting in federal prison. Wiz is gone. Wham is gone. And Kodak is the only one still standing. People in the streets say patterns like that don't just happen by accident. What really rubbed a lot of folks the wrong way is how Kodak publicly played the role of the grieving friend right after Wiz's death. The very next day, Kodak showed up at a charity event talking about losing a close friend of 10 years and how hard it is dealing with loss. That image didn't sit right with everyone watching closely. Stuff like this allowed me to be a little peaceful for, speaking and stuff like that. The stuff with Jennifer, it touched me because my beautiful girlfriend. She expected my daughter soon in a few months. So I told myself man, that's crazy. That could be anybody. And I just lost a friend, very close friend for we've been friends for over 10 years. I just lost him yesterday. He got a beautiful baby girl, too. So, it's crazy. Dealing with losing loved ones and stuff that it's hard. I've been dealing with loss my whole life. My cousin's funeral was just today, too. So, it's crazy everybody put up with and deal with stuff in different ways and all that. At the end of the day, we got, this ain't nothing to do with politics or white, black, rich or poor. We got this up to us to, help each other in the best way we can. He also took to social media trying to calm tensions with another artist, Jack Boy, posting, "Let's use this as a wake-up call. Things get real crazy real quick out here unexpectedly." Some fans thought that was Kodak choosing peace. Others, knowing what's now being alleged, felt that message carried a darker tone. At the moment, Sigmund Brown and people connected to the circle are facing extreme legal pressure, including the possibility of the death penalty tied to multiple cases, one involving Wiz. The fact that Kodak's name even appears in court paperwork has people believing federal eyes are watching closely, even without pulling a trigger. Conspiracy allegations can carry the same weight under the law. And right now, Broward County is buzzing. Folks are talking, documents are circulating, and everyone knows more details could surface at any moment. Kodak might move, like he's untouchable because of fame and money. But the law doesn't care about plaques or charts. When allegations start involving conspiracies and serious charges, success won't save anyone. This whole situation shows how money can't fix character and how power doesn't always change what's in someone's heart. Kodak had everything: fame, influence, and a platform big enough to change lives. Yet, according to these allegations, instead of uplifting a childhood friend, things spiraled into betrayal, ego, and deadly consequences. The saddest part is Wiz never got the chance to fully shine. He was gaining momentum, building real buzz, and had the potential to be one of Broward County's next breakout artists. Instead, his life was cut short, allegedly, by someone he once trusted. And make no mistake, the story is far from finished, with federal investigators reportedly involved and more people possibly cooperating. The pressure is rising fast. New details could surface at any moment. And when they do, it could flip everything upside down. That's exactly why you need to subscribe to Rap Link right now and turn on notifications. The streets never sleep, and neither do we. We're just getting started, and there are way more stories waiting to be exposed. We drop heat every single day, and tomorrow's upload is about to be even crazier, even deeper, and absolutely unmissable. Smash that like button, share this video with your homeboy, and let the algorithm know the truth matters. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us how you feel about these allegations. We'll catch you in the next one right here at Rap Link, where the truth of the streets' lives